Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio, highlighting the spirit of the shore from those who call it home.
I'm Chad Smith. I live in Janesville, Virginia. My dad was a farmer. I hated it. He used to make me ride for hours on the tractor when I didn't want to be. The most boring thing in the world to me is to ride around in circles. And I always had a passion for building stuff. So I built my first building when I was 15 years old. It wasn't very pretty, but it worked. And then I really fell in love with the water. So kind of quit building for a while. And now I'm back doing both. I worked for Tommy Arnold for years and couldn't ask for a better teacher. As far as the water goes, I kind of did that all by myself. Watermen don't like to share information. And because once you tell somebody, they're on top of you. And so that's kind of all been self-taught in the hard way. Nothing I do is easy. It's mostly labor intense, but I enjoy every minute of it. I'm very seasonal. Mm-hmm. From April till September, October, I'm mostly on the water. Shedding soft shells, catching a few fish. I love it, but I don't like being on the water when it's cold. So then I switch up to being a carpenter for the winter. It's kind of hard sometimes to transition because I don't sleep all summer. You know, I get 4 hours max before I got to go back to the crab house and fish up. Pretty much all day. It's I come and go, but I have to be there when they shed to get the soft shells out in time, or they'll reharden and they're not any value to them. Do a little fishing, toadfish, and that's about it. I used to catch a lot of minnows for bait sales, but that was just eating up all my time. There's no 2 years alike. Mm-hmm. Every year is different. This year, if it keeps on, the crabs are going to be shedding before I'm allowed to put my pots in the water. I hope it gets a little colder for a little while. They're still out crawling now when they should be buried in the mud. And so this year's going to be interesting.
Last year, and this is really the first time I've seen it coming up in Virginia waters, shrimp.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was catching, I don't even want to say where because I know how you watermen are, but 400 pounds in like less than an hour with a cast net. And all in one little area. I didn't have to start my boat. There's so many of them. I don't know. I've always seen shrimp, but not like this. It's strange how all of a sudden now they're here. Now Virginia's finally going to let us legally catch some shrimp, which we'll see how that goes. They let, I think, 4 people got permits last year, and they did really well, pulling the trawls for shrimp and all. But it's amazing to see them here. I was so excited catching my own shrimp.
What about regulations? Do the regulations put dampers on watermen?
Oh, it's horrible because the people that are deciding them really don't work on the water. And what they think a species is not doing well, I can tell you just the opposite. Like the drumfish, we can't keep a red drum anymore. There's millions of them. They're saying there's not enough. Bull. I've been up in the helicopter and seen them. I mean, and they're eating all the crabs. You got to have a balance. Everything comes in cycles, and a lot of the laws just don't see that. They think the crab population is low because they throw 2 pots out somewhere. There's no crabs. Well, guess what? There's no crabs there. Move it. There's plenty of crabs. You're just not in the right spot. And that's the way the laws are made. It's like the rockfish this year. Cost these shore millions. All the people eating out that come here, paying for the tolls. I mean, it's just over a fish that in Maryland they can keep all they want. When they hit Carolina, they can keep them. New York, they can keep them. But Virginia's going to save the day on some whim of a decision. And it costs. You go across the bridge, you don't even see any boats out. The regulations need to be worked on. I mean, I quit hand fishing because there's so many stupid laws. I can't just get on my boat and go fishing anymore. I got to have a book to make sure it's legal. Being a waterman, you have to be very versatile. You can't, the market goes, you got to go catch something else. You can't just, do it on one thing. And that's why I'm a carpenter too. Some years I'm not good on the water. I've got to do something else. Learn how to make your money with your brain, not your body. Because I'm almost 50 and it's falling apart. If you like to do that stuff, still do it on your terms. But when as you get older, you realize I'm not, it's like I was when I was 25. It hurts when I do this now.
I asked Chad about his transition from working on the water to working with wood.
It's just opened up the whole new world to me as far as woodworking goes, because as I cut the tree, I picture something.
You spending more time looking at the trees around you?
I do now, yeah. I didn't used to, but now that I have a sawmill, I'll see a tree and fall in love with it. Oh man, I'd like to get that one, but it doesn't usually work out that way. I kind of like picture a piece of wood and fall in love with it. And there's some pieces I've had for years that I'll put back down because it just doesn't work on this project. And then one day, that fits. I'll use it. Wait a year for it to dry. So I keep looking at these pieces of wood. Would you please dry so I can build this? But so that's really opened up a lot, because you can't go to the store and buy that kind of stuff. You can't, and that's the kind of stuff I like to build. Something that nobody else, it's not going to look like anything else anybody's built. I've had a piece in the back of this shop for a lady that she told me to make it mine. She wanted me to sand it down. It's not really an exciting piece, but it can be. And I bet I moved it 10 times because when I get it right, it'll be perfect. It'll be what she likes, and I'll take that same piece of furniture and turn it into an entirely different piece. And but that's back to the wood that I have. I get a piece out, we're not gonna do it with that one. And when I get done, it's one of a kind piece. When I make something, I don't want to let it go. I want to keep everything. Because I sold a piece a couple months ago. I was like, man, I really want that in the house. But the lady asked me to build it, and when I got done, she fell in love with it, and it was beautiful. But it's hard for me to say, go ahead, when I build something that's that one of a kind type of piece.
Do you ever make the same thing twice?
Yeah, some small stuff, but mostly no. It's something different out of my head every time. Some of it's similar. I like to do mainly rustic or live edge type stuff. I want it to be totally, you look at it and go, wow, how did you make that? As long as you enjoy what you're doing, it's not work. If you don't enjoy it, it's collecting a paycheck. More than anything, blessed that I can do all these things and be able to adapt. Because if I couldn't, I might be starving. Who knows?
For Shore Perspectives and WESR Radio, I'm Kelley Gaskell.